Hey, good morning, Keith. How you doing today?
Morning, Mr. Nick. How are you, sir?
Fine, thanks. Yeah, it's a little chilly out, but I thought I'd come out of the house and see what kind of deals you got on some Morgan silver dollars today.
You know, and I was just about to ask you what brings you in today.
Yeah. Well, I kind of gravitate towards the Morgan silver dollars. I kind of like them as they're part of history, the Wild West. So I'm trying to fill up my albums, and it takes time.
So, well, now that we know what brings you in today, the question, Nick, for you is, what inspired you to get into collecting coins?
Well, actually, I started collecting coins as a child with my father, and we got into it for many years, and then I kind of drifted away from it. But then when I was in the service, I was buying coins from the Littleton Coin Company and having them sent home, and then I got away from it again, but then I started stopping by your store that you had on Airline Road.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago, yeah. I used to swing by there every Thursday as I went to the bank and stopped in and bought a few silver dollars or maybe Franklin half dollars. I like those also.
Now, do you stack silver as well, or do you just buy the collectible stuff?
I just buy the collectible stuff.
So like the Morgans?
The Morgans and the piece dollars. I like those as well. I've got some silver rounds that I've purchased from you over the years. And I just feel that if we ever have a crash with the dollar and go back to a different monetary system, silver and gold will be the thing to have.
How long have you been stacking or collecting, rather?
Oh, where I've been consistent with it has probably been since about, 2005.
So that's been a while.
So that's been a while, yeah.
Yeah. During your time collecting coins, what have you learned? What mistakes you may have made in the past that you don't do now?
Well, I don't know. I guess I would think that I, try to buy some variety of coins. I like to have, the Mercury dimes, because if we ever have to go back to a barter system, we need some of the smaller coins. So I guess, I don't know about mistakes. I just think sometimes I buy low, sometimes I buy high, but it's a cost averaging like you would do with stocks. That over a period of time, you're going to average out and have a pretty good price range for the coins you have collected. And in the future, I'm sure that the price of silver will go up with all the industrial uses, which are becoming more and more, and they're not mining as much silver as they had been in the past, I believe.
So you're more like what you would call a stack-elector, where you like to collect, but you like what you collect to be made out of silver, maybe gold?
Yes, I have a few gold coins. Not as many as I would like. If I look back on time, one of my mistakes was not buying gold when it was $3.25 an ounce. As you can tell today, it's $2,000 plus more than what that was at that time.
Over $2,800 an ounce.
Yeah, that's just
That's
amazing.
a big mistake. I've done it too.
Mm-hmm.
There's gold I passed on at a lot lower price than it is today.
Yeah.
So, I know you like the collectibles, and I referred to you as a stack-elector. I don't even know if that's a word or not. But would you call yourself that if that's where you combine the collecting and it being made out of silver and gold?
Yeah, I would say that's a fair word to describe something that we don't have a word for, I guess.
Yeah, because it seems like you're preparing for if shit hits the fan. I don't know, can I say that on the line? Anyway, we're saying it anyway. So if shit hits the fan, you've bought Mercury dimes, Roosevelt dimes, and stuff like that made out of silver, just in case.
Just in case, for the barterability of it, I guess, to be able to barter. And it's something that I'm collecting that I can leave to my my heirs too, to carry on.
Now, I've noticed collecting has become more in favor over the past month or so. Have you bought any key date coins? I don't know, like a 16D Mercury or anything that's really hard to get?
No, I can't recall any one coin that I purchased like that. I've got some empty spots in my Morgan coin collector books that I'd like to purchase, but the prices on those are pretty high at this time. And with the inflation that we've been dealing with over the last year, the amount of silver that I've purchased has been less than what I'd purchased in the past.
Is there any coins that let's say Morgan silver dollar, right now I don't know, let's just call it $34.
Okay.
Has there been any Morgans that you bought that were like certified where they're like 100, 150? Do you do that type of stuff?
I buy a few of those on occasion when I have extra cash to fit into my album I'd like to fill both of my albums up.
So I guess that does make you a stack collector.
Yeah.
Because you don't worry about just the bullion value, you worry about the collectability also.
Right, and the collectability of it also. And then if the government turns around and says, hey, we want people to turn in their gold and silver as they have done in the past, well, they're gonna not take away the collectibles because collectibles are in a different category than it would be for like stacking bars, in my belief. And I think that a lot of the rich guys are collectibles and they're not gonna wanna turn theirs in, so they're gonna put pressure on the politicians, which will then, at that time, allow people to keep their collectibles, where they might come after people that have the gold bars and the bullion because their names are in a computer, and with AI, they can go through everybody's accounts and figure out who bought what when. And so thus, that's why I like to purchase, the coins.
Yeah, they could do that pretty quick with AI. So you're kind of preparing just in case we go back to something like it was when Franklin Roosevelt was president, where they said everybody's got to turn in their gold. You want to be prepared and have a little bit of collectible. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Now, just to get off topic, we found out why you're here, what you do, and that is awesome. But do you watch our YouTube channel?
Yes, I do.
So you do watch a YouTube channel. Did you see the video that came out yesterday?
Yes, I watched the video yesterday. Actually, I was just in here earlier in the morning, and I bought a couple of coins and went home. Then I seen your video, and I thought, well, maybe at this time with the premiums down and everything, I should maybe buy a few more. So I went through my pocket money for the week and decided to come back and pick up a few more today.
Okay, the name of the video was Coin Dealers Trouble Selling Silver.
Yes.
So what we want to ask you about that is, do you think coin dealers are having trouble selling just generic silver, the lowest price stuff there is?
I believe maybe so. People are, wondering how the fluctuation of silver prices have been going here over the last several months. It's gone up quite a bit, and then it's pulled back, then it's gone up quite a bit. And I think people are waiting to see what the economy is going to do here in the short term, hoping that the price will come down. And maybe some of them are trying to sell their coins because the price is up. I don't know why they'd want to do that, because it's not up that much. But
yeah, a lot of people are selling right now. Very few people buying the bullion itself. Do you think it would be wise to continue to buy right now at these levels? I mean, does it seem like it's too high to pay for silver?
No, I don't believe it is, because I believe silver has the potential to double in its price right now, based on the industrial use, and they're exploring space more, and rockets for the war machine that they have going on right now takes silver in the production of that. Not to mention the automotive industry using silver with the electric cars. So I believe that taking a positive attitude towards silver and just looking at the cost averaging over time, that it's a better time to purchase right now than it had been before when the premiums were higher.
Now, we don't like to predict the price of silver on this channel, but in your opinion, do you think silver is going to go up or down in, say, the next 6 months to a year?
I would guess that it would go up. Based on the economies, I think that we're going to have an expansion in the manufacturing sector now that Trump's back in office and he's getting rid of some regulations. And I believe with the tariffs, they're kind of a negotiating tool more than anything else at this time. And we'll have to see how it all plays out. Some people are just freaking out about the tariffs, thinking, oh no, prices are going to go up so high. Well, maybe they won't if you look back in time.
That is definitely an interesting opinion about the price of silver, what could affect it to go up, maybe the tariffs. Do you, talking about the tariffs, do you think the tariffs are maybe one-sided against the U.S., where we have to pay more tariffs to ship stuff out than we get tariffs? Now, it's not on all the countries or all the products, but do you think it's high time that we're trying to make it a little more fair?
Yes, I believe it's more than high time to make things fair. And the European countries don't take our automobiles, for instance, and that's unfair. And I believe that we have to level the playing field. Maybe we should just have a worldwide tariff of 8%, and then everybody pays the same thing. And so we're all on the same playing field, and that might level things out and help everybody instead of just helping us at this time, because we have been taken advantage of by the unfair deficits we have with the trading with other countries.
Well, we appreciate you coming in today, obviously, because silver's not selling that well, and you want to buy some silver.
Yes, I do.
So what do you think, going back to the video we recorded, coin dealers, trouble selling silver, what do you think about the coin dealers that are buying way, way back a spot and selling way over spot? Because a lot of times people are buying right now, most dealers, not all, there's a few bad apples, they're paying like $1 back and selling 50 cents to $1 over. That seems a little more fair. But there was a comment on the video where one of the viewers said coin dealers are buying $1.50 back and selling for $3, $4 over. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that would be on a case-by-case basis. I wouldn't think that that would be throughout the whole system.
Now, would you think that if a coin customer, like yourself, if they think they're being treated unfair, do you have any recommendations for them?
Well, then they could shop around to the various coin dealers and see what kind of prices they could have in comparison, and then they might get a shock because they may come across a better deal for one particular type coin or something. But over time, I think shopping around would be their best course of action if they feel that way with the dealer they work with.
Well, Nick, so you say shop around if you want a good deal. And I tell people that all the time. There are a few bad apples out there, but there are a lot of great dealers as well. Okay, do you have any advice that you would give to someone who is first starting out?
Well, I would think that they should start with the lower domination coins and start stacking with the mercury dimes or the quarters or even $50, and then build up over time, because that's what it takes, is a little bit every month that you could fit into your budget, and over a period of time you'll have a holding that's worth more money, more interest than what they would pay in the bank accounts these days.
Yeah, bank accounts pay diddly.
They pay diddly.
I got one last question before we wrap up this video. Are the current prices in the metals, are people saying, oh, it's too high, it's too low, are the prices scaring you away from collecting silver?
No, it's not. I'm thinking that over the long term, I'm going to come out ahead. And I try to live on a budget because I'm on a fixed income. And so I can budget a little bit each month or a couple times a month to buy a couple coins here and there. And I feel that that's just the best way to go.
And the second part of the question, what about gold? Are those prices scaring you away?
The gold prices scare me away a little bit because it would take more cash to buy the gold at this time. And the way the gold prices have been jumping, I had purchased gold in my investment accounts with my broker. And so I'm kind of holding on to the gold in that area in the GDL funds.
As far as everything you've said today, it is great information for the viewers. We really, really appreciate it. Do you recommend that, very last question, finally, very last question, and then we're going to have you say something at the end. Do you recommend that people spread their money out over different investments or just silver and gold? What's your recommendation?
Oh, I believe that you should be diversified, because if you're not diversified, you're going to miss out on various sectors in the market where prices are going to go up.
Now, when you say market, you're not referring to only silver and gold, are you?
No, I'm talking commodities, copper, aluminum, energy, commodities, the basic things that everybody needs.
Stocks, real estate, all that
real
type.
estate, yes.
Okay, anything you want to say to the viewers to wrap it up?
Well, I hope that everyone has a great day, and I think you should consider stacking and doing it on a cost averaging basis, because over time you'll come out ahead.
Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the like, share the video if you really liked it, And if you want to see Nick back, just leave us a comment right below. Until next time, have a great day.